sparked a subtle transformation within you. As you sleep, the mystical energies that Tarax unconsciously exudes seep into your very essence, enhancing your abilities and fortifying your spirits. In the quiet sanctity of the night, each player experiences vivid dreams where challenges are overcome with newfound ease and previously daunting tasks appear trivial. These dreams, infused with Tarax's awesome power, are more than mere figments of the imagination. They are a crucible for growth and self-discovery. By the time the first rays of dawn slice through the darkness, washing away the deck in golden light, the players awaken, feeling unusually refreshed and invigorated. They soon realize that they have gained new strengths and abilities, a direct result of their encounter with the genie. Skills that seemed out of reach are now within their grasp, and their confidence soars, and your confidence soars as you prepare to face the adventures that lie ahead. The unexpected boon gifted during your slumber marks a significant turning point in your journey, heralding a new chapter filled with greater challenges and equally greater rewards. And then you wake up from your ship.
I need to AFK for a minute.
Nice.
We need to level up, Chime.
Ding.
Ding.
Mm-hmm.
I got a perfect chime for it.
Yeah, all spell slots.
Where are we
covered.
headed now?
Let's fucking go anywhere we want, motherfucker. We're back at full power.
Hell yeah, we are.
Oh yeah, I've hit the long rest button.
Da-na-na-na.
That's your level up sound.
Love it.
Alright.
Who wrote thick ship?
I did.
But I love it.
I did when I was leveling up. I saw that fucking dump truck on the map, dude.
Yeah. For Connor, are you here?
He said he's gonna.
He's AFK for a bit.
Okay. Well, I just was gonna say that everyone else feels stronger except Connor because he was already level 5, but he does feel that it was a very important step.
All right.
Towards his own personal growth.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's good. As long as we're all growing as people.
Yeah.
Although I'm starting to think we need to replace the medic.
Yeah.
Why?
She's a furry sympathizer. Can't be having that.
Yeah.
And has a shaky voice. I just can't trust that.
Yeah. And I mean, regardless of like how my character feels about furries, I do stick by that. Like, we probably shouldn't be letting them infiltrate us if we are infiltrating them.
Like, a medic with a shaky voice has shaky hands. A medic with shaky hands kills people. I think we need a new medic.
Yeah. Kyle, how do you feel?
Dale shakes like a dog.
If you want to get rid of them,
Do you know their name?
Pyrrhus.
Are
Pierce?
you friends with Curious?
Pierce.
I'm not
Guys,
friends
it's
with them
Pyrrhus.
per se, but they've been good to our crew, and I think loyalty should be rewarded.
Can you guys not see Pyrrhus on the journal?
You dropped them just a moment ago.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw him. I just accidentally got his name wrong a second ago.
Alright.
Also,
Yeah.
just clicked out of it because I thought it was a cat person. Not. There it is.
I mean, the part of me that agrees with you would be like, yeah, we should give him like some extra severance pay, but like the capitalist evil player is like, absolutely not. They chose.
Wait, no, they're already a little chimp person, Brandon. And
They are
dressed up as a cat on top of that. Like, okay.
They are a Hadozi, which is a chimp person. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Before I make a snap judgment about firing somebody because they got a shaky voice, let me see who they are.
forget if I wrote a bio for her. Oh, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh shit, she has a bio. We can't
Yeah,
just fire
no,
her.
yeah. I'm putting a shielding hand in front of our medic, bro. Hold on a minute.
I can't see our crew's like stats.
I can't
Teaching
see that.
himself the art of surgery and medicine. That's horrifying.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want to hear from your surgeon. Yeah, I'm self-taught.
Squeak, 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 bazooka. Let me cut you open.
I taught myself.
God. Tiny monkey with
I
fucking.
think it's racist to hold their voice against them.
It's not like I'm trying to do a monkey voice. Like,
Yeah, it's not shaky. It's just a monkey voice. You
they're
racist.
just they're just like I don't know. My name is Peters. Edward. You know, they just make like cooings every once in a while, like a monkey.
Well, all right.
Shit. And he can just talk to animals? That's helpful.
Is it? We're gonna be on a ship.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. You can talk to the sea life.
Yeah, no, this guy's great. I got no qualms with our medic.
I can talk to animals.
The one qualm that I would have is still that he is interested in joining the cat club. I say we just watch him. I'm not gonna give him like full pass on that, but we'll
Out
just
of
watch him.
character, the DM did say there's a cat dungeon possibly, so I don't know if that was a lead to a dungeon.
It absolutely could have been.
Could be.
And you just blew it.
Well, shit.
All the same, like, I was going to suggest that maybe his suspicion was well-founded. And the cat people did learn a bit about our crew. Maybe we ought to go subterfuge their subterfuge.
We're just gonna like subterfuge inception. I love it.
So you remember the conversation last night? They said that they were going to be holding an initiation ceremony today evening, in the evening today.
Okay. Well, I, even as a character, out of curiosity, need to see this.
Alright, so now we have our briefing mission. Good morning, crew.
Good morning.
What do we wish to spend the day doing?
I did think, as I was asleep last night, that we should maybe also tell the crew not to let strangers on our ship while we're away.
Yes.
I want to amend the rules from last night.
Has anybody done an inventory search?
I have not.
Okay. Might be something we do before we leave the ship.
You see Jarbsy this is like with all the officers and Saul?
Yeah, this could include, this could be a meeting that includes ship officers. That's a great idea.
Yeah. Jarbsy hears you say, "Is anything was stolen?" And he says, "Well, Tom, I personally stood guard for the staircase into the ship's hold, and not a single person got past me."
Thank you, Jeffrey. That makes me feel much better about our cargo.
Absolutely.
As far as the cabins on the top deck, I can't be certain that nobody went in those, but I don't think that we keep our valuables in there, so it should not be a big deal.
Nothing to steal.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Jarbsy. And I throw him like an
I
extra
personally
gold.
don't trust those cat club members. They were asking too many questions about where we came from.
We agree.
I like the way you think,
Generally,
Jarbsy. Were you able to hear any more of their
where we're
conversation?
going and where we're from should not be information we give to anybody.
Agreed.
Yep.
Agreed.
I'm gonna ask Jarbsy if he was able to hear any more of their conversations about maybe why they're interested in where we come from.
Jarbsy says, "I did not. Every single one of the cat people who came onto the ship asked us, like different crew members, where we came from. Some crew members didn't tell them. Very few of them did actually tell them that we came from Popotokito. In those cases, some of the cat club members pressed a little bit more and asked where Poketokoto is. At that
don't
point,
like that.
the
I look
crew
back at
members,
the group and I'm
they
just
were
like,
incapable
sorry.
of answering because they don't understand how they got to Poketokoto in the first place.
Now that's suspicious.
hmm.
That's incredibly suspicious. They're trying to find out how to find it.
Not only that, but it wasn't just one guy asking; it was the whole crew. So
that was a mission.
yep, I look back and I go
organized.
to the guys like, we need to speak to Felix.
I don't like this.
Yep. No, I think the Cat Club's making enemies of us.
I
And
believe
this is
we
more
may have.
premeditated than Densha.
Yep.
And Raggedy chimes in and is like, "But how are we gonna find that Felix guy? He's always sneaking."
He told us where his headquarters was.
Oh well, you think he's always in there?
No, but it's our best lead.
Not always, but
We'll find him there at some point.
Yep, it's our best lead. Oh, by the way, while we're here, Raggedy, I wanted to ask you about how long do you think it would take you to build false walls in the back of our hull for things?
Oh, and Raggedy, on a completely unrelated note, we need to build a mount to the bow of the ship.
Oh?
A mount to the bow?
Yeah, for a certain plesiosaurus skull.
Yeah.
That Jarvsy chimes in and is like, You all have a plesiosaurus skull? Has it rotted yet? That makes some of the most delicious steak meats ever.
Kept it in the bag
Oh
of
my
holding,
God.
haven't we?
Yes, we did. We did put it in the bag.
No air in the bag
So
of
I
holding
asked.
now? It's a vacuum.
So that means the meat's still good, right?
Yeah, it keeps things fresh.
No bacteria would be able to live in there.
Fuck yeah, dude. No bacteria on the fucking ethereal plane.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
we have an entire plesiosaurus skull. And
Jarvsy bows in like a very formal way and is like, "Please, Captain, if I may."
he wants to cook it so bad.
Fucking dude, let's give it to him and just tell him to give us the bones back.
Yeah, ask him. So Jarvsy, can you blanch the bones for us so that they'll be able to withstand the sun and the spray?
That's not really my territory. I will merely clean the skull of all of its meat and then save the bones for someone else to blanch.
I look around at the rest of the crew. Like, does anybody have the ability to make it so that the bones can withstand the sun and the salt spray?
Isn't blanching bones just boiling them in salt water?
Yeah.
Attica, this is the next day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is our morning meeting.
Okay.
Morning meeting.
Stand up.
Pierre chimes in and is like, I think that I might, if we were to cover it in a type of lacquer that might protect it.
I didn't mean to do that, sorry.
Okay.
But we might need to go to the market to find some lacquer. Maybe a type of glue or I'm not sure, actually.
Okay, you might be onto something, though. There could be
maybe they have
something
some
at market.
information in the library.
And at that, I'm going to remind Raggedy that I asked him about how long it would take him to build those walls, false walls.
Right.
Well, if you can bring me the materials, I could probably do it in a day.
Bet.
Interesting. Thank you, Raggedy.
No problem.
And at that, I say, let's go get Felix.
Okay. So you guys, Raggedy at that point chimes in and is like, didn't Coleman say that the king gives a speech almost every day?
I believe he did.
So. Do we know what time that speech is?
I think it starts sometime in the morning.
Should we go there first?
So, break our fast, attend the king's speech.
And then we go find Felix.
Maybe hit the
Yes.
market somewhere in between.
I need to go to the market, man.
Yeah,
I need some powdered silver.
heard. Sure, we can
Alright.
find that. Okay. Cave meeting, trip to market, breakfast.
Yes.
No
Great.
particular order.
Yep. I say we go to the meeting first, just so, because that was the last place that we ever actually did see Felix, so he might be here now.
So yeah, the meeting is going to take place probably like between 10 o'clock and 12 p.m., like 10 a.m. And right now it's early morning. For this meeting probably took like an hour or so. You guys,
I'd say 7 to 8 o'clock.
yeah, like 7 o'clock when you guys woke up, 8 o'clock you guys prepared or did your meeting. 8 to 9 you guys prepared your spells for the day.
Okay, then I think we.
Any of you are bothered by yesterday?
But yeah, Raggedy chimes in. He's like, I'm a bit concerned about myself.
I can
had a
help
little-
you, so.
I had a little bit too much fun.
I don't know if
Making
I can
that
help you
man
with
join
that,
my
Raggedy. It is a strange thing for a man to tell another man. He looks around. Is anybody else feeling bad today?
Yeah, I had bad dreams all night. Well,
Really?
I don't sleep, but I was meditating on it, and
I had fantastic dreams last night.
Come here, come here. We take an hour, and I make you feel okay. Raggedy, you should feel bad. And he grabs Child's character by the shoulder and kind of walks away. Cast atonement on him.
ooh, what does that do?
Whoa. If I can find it. There it is. Oh wait, I have to get the powdered silver first. Never mind.
Don't you have like don't you have
Yeah,
attunement?
would I already have the components for the spells I know?
Yeah, you spent an hour preparing them, so if you had any silver pieces, you could probably grind those up to powder. Yeah, you could do that within the hour that you spent preparing.
All right, so DC 20. It's an insight check. Is that what it says?
Yeah, insight check. Yep.
Let's hope I get a 20 for you. I rolled a. That's a big no. And I didn't cast
Big no.
guidance on this. So sorry, man. And spell slots.
You tried.
wait. I'm looking at him and say, "Your sins are grave, man." Where do you mark off a spell slot on here, Heather?
Does it? Do you see a number on it? Like on mine, I have a.
Yeah, there's like a numeric tick box at the top of
up and
your
down.
spells. Yep.
Okay, I see it.
Like, so it should say on the left what the total number of slots you should have for that is, and then on the right, slots remaining.
Mine are not working. I have to just adjust them. So you just say 0.
That was a good try, though.
Yeah, that's a cool spell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
That is a cool spell. Was one thing I definitely did not prepare for, but I mean, it's cool.
Doesn't matter. I failed at it.
Yeah.
So I didn't
Honestly, I like being surprised by things like that because, I don't know, if I know about it, then I'm going to try and plan more, and that's just going to drive me crazy.
Yeah.
You can get married with that spell.
Yeah. So I was reading about it online the other day, and someone was talking about, like, you can only do that part one time, and then you can only be married until somebody dies. So in the game, the DM ruled that they were allowed to be in a homosexual polyamorous relationship. And right before they fought the big bad, so that's like they all got
The whole
married.
party got married.
Yeah,
Wasn't that the story I shared?
maybe. I
I think
don't
that was what
remember.
you shared.
Guys, I feel like I've come to know you really well over this adventure.
Yeah, that happened when I was doing our Strahd campaign. We were in Strahd's castle.
Oh wait,
And-
this was you?
Yeah, it wasn't atonement, but it was the ceremony spell.
Yeah.
Which you can also get married with. And it does the same thing, +2 bonus to AC for 7 days. And all it says is you touch adult humanoids.
Willing.
It doesn't say anything about the number of them, so
Yeah,
like,
it does. You would touch adult humanoids willing to be bonded together in marriage. Target, like, it doesn't specify at all that there's.
I just imagine this happening with fucking.
Waiting for the marriage.
I just imagine this happening like with fucking Strahd right behind the door. Like just waiting.
Our village endorsements be like, we're gonna make your crops grow. You guys can start this hippie commune. Everybody's married.
Everybody gets stronger.
So are we off to eat breakfast and then
I like that.
market?
All right.
We're gonna offer community uplift programs.
To the slaves or the non-slaves?
Oh my god.
So whoever pays
Oh my
us
God.
money.
I endorse this. Slaves must pay more though.
I'll let you guys figure out how to count the beans. All right. I'm just here to sow the bean field.
Okay, we should get going.
I agree.
all right, yeah.
I would
like
actually-
about 9 o'clock.
I'd like to take a rando, one of our crew with me to the market.
So an officer or a random crew member?
Just a random crew member. I need him to send a message back after I buy the supplies for the walls for the crew to come pick it up.
Okay. And
I
you want
see what you're
Raggedy
saying.
to spend the day on the ship building that?
No, I just want the supplies on the ship.
Then we
Okay.
can do it at any point.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the ship budget, by the way?
You guys would know better than I.
Isle Piercer. I'm opening it. We got 150 platinum, 182 gold, and a bunch of copper.
Yep. Personally, I have 396 G,
Damn.
10
Okay.
PP, and 2 silver.
I got no platinum, but I got 53 gold.
All right. I say we spend out of the ship's inventory, and then like once that's out, we can all just pitch in and replenish it.
Pitch back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much did we get from last time each? Did we figure that out?
Gold from the last game?
Yeah.
You guys didn't get that much gold. There's only 39 GP and then 2,100 silver copper pieces. So,
Okay.
It's a lot of copper pieces.
you guys can split that if you want, but
No, I just put it in the ship. That's fine. I was just curious.
I think that's what we did is toss it in the ship. So I think generally like our loot from adventures will get tossed in the collective pile.
Yeah.
And then we spend out of it as we need. And if somebody's got to make a big purchase or wants to make a big purchase, we just talk about it.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Absolutely. Love
what
it.
Brandon's about to do something he's already discussed with me. I'm full bore for it. He's gonna have Raggedy build a false wall so that we can hide particular cargo.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't discuss this
I like
with
it.
Saul, but now that he's here, I guess it should be discussed with him. We're gonna be smugglers.
People lurking, man.
Hell yeah.
Cat people, I don't trust them.
I agree.
So
I agree.
the false wall is a fantastic idea, and that ought to come out of ship funds.
Yes, man. Be the first one for the first cat.
Before we hit market, is there anything else somebody's looking for?
No, not me.
I'm good.
I like to look at the trinkets, man. Maybe I'm looking for a whip.
Okay, let's go look at the trinkets then. I think we got a minute before the king's speech. We got like an hour. Yeah.
He wants to get all his spell components to make sure he's like up on those.
Okay.
Do Drews not have like a enchanting
Focus?
or a focus? Yeah.
Oh, I forgot he can do that because he's a divine caster.
If you cast using a focus, then you don't need the material components for spells unless the spell specifies material components with a value incorporated that it also says is consumed with the spell.
Yeah, so he would need like the 25 gold worth of powdered silver.
He would.
Yes.
Yeah, so he would want a handful of those. And he also wants to see if he can find a magical whip, amongst other things.
Cool.
Right on.
I'm gonna take Raggedy and go to like wherever like the lumber / building vendor is, and have Raggedy just ask him about what the pricing would be, because Raggedy should know the specs for the walls.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to figure out that. I'm seeing crafting things, the cost of the raw materials is generally half the value of the final product. So I'm trying to decide how much a false wall would be worth.
Certainly more than a regular wall, because there's going to be contraptions.
Let's see, the total ship was worth 25,000. So one false wall. Probably there's like 4 levels of the ship. Each one has a wall. Probably like on the order of 500 seems right for all the materials and
Damn.
to make it nice.
All right. Well, I want it, but not that bad.
Yeah, it seems pretty expensive.
I mean, it's not for every story of the ship either. We just want a false wall on like the bottom.
I'm saying like if every story of the ship were divided into 4, everything of the ship would be about 25,000 divided by 4. It'd be worth about that much. There's 4 walls on either side. We're going to simplify it. One of those walls divided by 4 is about 1,000. So half of that again. I mean, all right, around 500, but it's plus or minus. I'm going to do a random number generator to do out of that. I'm going to open up my dice box for that. I'm going to roll a percentage, and whatever it comes up as will be a deduction on the cost.
All right.
Minimum of 250, maximum of 500. Here's my other percentage. Okay, so .64 times 250. All right, so it's 340. You get the cost.
I'm going to use Silvery Barb, make you re-roll that, and I'm just kidding.
That wasn't a D20.
All right. So
340 for the cost of the materials.
340. I can haggle a little bit down. Surely, sir. Say 275.
Roll persuasion.
Ooh.
He agrees.
All right.
Okay.
Cool. And then I instruct the one crew member that I took with us to go tell the rest of the crew that we have all of this stuff and we need it brought back to the ship.
Okay, so you got it for 275 gold.
275. I'm gonna take 100 out of the ship and pay 175 out of my own.
Okay, transports.
It's awful nice of you.
Yeah, well, it's all shared. The only reason I kept a little bit to myself is because I fucking wanted to.
Alright, I think that method I came up with was a decent way of.
No, I like that. The 500
Like,
seemed steep to me, but then like the 340, I was like, I'm good with that.
I'll determine a minimum cost and then a maximum cost and roll a percentage to pick something in the middle of that.
That's fair.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, you get the materials. It's a bunch of wood, nails, and it matches the type of wood that the ship was made of.
All right.
There's a thing for a plank that can be depressed that will open the wall.
Hell yeah.
All right. How much do you think it weighs? Their ship has a maximum weight. Like 200 pounds, 200-300 pounds. It doesn't matter.
We can figure that out later.
I don't think ship carrying capacity is going to be too tremendously affected
15 pounds per square foot.
15 pounds.
It's not too bad.
No. But alright. I at least put it in the ship's inventory. Wood, nails for false wall.
Okay, and we'll decide the size of the fucking walls later.
I need to know all of the physics, Quentin.
I can do the physics, but I can't improv the physics. Unknowable data.
That just sounds like a new fucking college class. Improvisational physics.
Alright, so anyone else in the market wanting to find some things?
Yeah, I'm gonna do my daily thing, give myself blessing as a cantrip, and I'm gonna cast vigilant blessing as well, just so I have, that's the initiative thing, just to have it, so I said it. But yeah, I'm looking for, he likes, he's like a witch doctor, so anything that would help him do witch doctory healing things, witch doctory cursing things, and then he's specifically looking for a whip.
This guy really likes
I'm
cars.
Roll a couple tables to see if a whip ever shows up on him.
No, you're good. If it doesn't appear, I understand that's like highly specific.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a huge market. There's a lot of things in it. Do the second table.
I intend to be wandering with him while he's searching for this.
He says, huge market.
Yeah. I've got nowhere in particular I want to go quite yet, so I'm just kind of tagging along with you. You said, let's go shopping. I want a whip. I'm like, yeah, that sounds interesting.
He's
I'm
just
down for the ride.
All of his things. He wants, we're going to see what you say, but we'll go from there.
First, I need to just figure out what table this whip is in. What specific type of whip are you looking for? Just want to make sure I'm rolling a table that has it as an option.
I just remember sending it to you. I don't really even, it doesn't have to be a whip. Like, you just pick a table. I would rather that. Like, I don't want to be like, I want.
Well, I would say, like,
no.
There are particular reasons why a whip wouldn't be too hard to find in this city.
Well, it's a magic whip. Like, I'm looking for, but it doesn't, I would rather you pick a table.
Yeah. You got lucky.
Really?
Yeah, you find in one of the shops, you do see a whip made of, it looks like a feather.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
It seems to be, you ask the seller about it, and he says, this is Qual's feather token, which is for a whip specifically. You see, it looks like a feather, different types, he tells you different types of feather tokens exist, each with a different single-use effect.
I pet the whip while he's talking about it.
He tells you you can use you can use it to you can throw the feather at a point within 10 feet of you. The token disappears and a floating whip takes its place. You can then use a bonus action to make a melee attack against a target within 10 feet of the whip.
Oh, it's like spiritual weapon, but whip.
And then it disappears after 1 hour.
Never to be used again.
Yep, one use.
Oh.
He strokes his beard.
It is a strong whip, like +9 to hit, and target takes 1d6 + 5 force damage.
That is pretty strong.
If you just...
How much does this whip cost, man?
It is a rare wondrous item, so initial cost, basic initial cost of 2,500.
Oh.
But because it's single use, we'll divide that in half. Actually, it's because single use, we'll divide it in 4. So 625. I'll do one more. Say a minimum of 325, and do this.
You said it does +9 to hit.
Tom snaps his head around. What? With his hand still on the feathered whip? I wouldn't pay more than 100 gold for this. There's no way it's worth more than 100 gold.
Roll that.
You said the damage on this thing is what?
+1d6 plus. It has a +9 to hit, and it's
Plus
1d6
5 damage.
plus 5.
Oh, okay. My bad.
+9 to hit, damn.
That's really good.
Yeah. If you never use its magical effect, though, it's still a pretty damn good whip.
It is, but I don't necessarily need it.
It's just a feather right now. You throw the feather, and then it turns into basically a spectral whip that does this stuff. And
Well,
it's
we have an
use.
artificer too, so theoretically he might be able to. I don't know.
Reverse engineer it, maybe?
Yeah, I'm just also thinking like it's 1d6 plus 5, so that's be a theoretical 1 to 11 damage, or 2 to 11 damage. But my shillelagh already does 2 to 12, and it's a +7, so it's not quite as good. But with like I feel like it's a lot of money for something that I wouldn't necessarily use all the time.
Yeah, it only.
Well,
you
so
couldn't
do you
use
only
it all the
actually
time.
get it as a whip once, and it's a
Yep.
feather until then?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So with my percentage thing, the cost of it is 320 gold.
Oh, so it's just a feather. This is just a token, not a whip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a feather token
You
that
can't use it
transforms
as a
into a
whip.
whip.
Yeah,
One
he
time.
goes, it's a fancy feather, man, but I want, you got some silver, powdered silver?
Yeah, he can sell you some powdered silver.
He wants to get 4 of those, so he's going to spend 100 gold on that.
Weren't you looking for a focus?
Oh, no, I have spell focus in my
Oh, okay,
weapon.
okay.
Nice.
He quotes you for 150 gold for all 4 of the stuff, saying that he needs to make a profit. You can roll persuasion.
That's
Okay.
robbery.
Well, I have. How do I roll with the +4? Do I just roll a d10 after that?
What you mean, a d4?
Yeah, because I have guidance, so
Yeah.
I just do this and then a d4.
Yeah, do that and then just roll a d4. Okay, so 11.
Yeah.
I walk over there. I'm like,
yeah, the
this
guy
trying to spleef you, man.
he's not convinced.
Big Connor.
Pulls down at 150.
Connor, too late for this interaction, but we did give you inspiration last game, by the way, in case you forgot.
Does that stay with me overnight?
Yeah.
Yes.
And what do I do with
You
that?
just declare you use it, and it gives you advantage.
Yep.
You gotta declare it before I tell you the result.
Yeah, it's too late now, but you have it.
Oh, have you ever used Roll20 before?
I've used Roll20 one time, but not extensively at all.
So when you roll, you see 2 numbers. The one on the right is like if you were to have advantage. That's your second roll.
Or disadvantage.
Or disadvantage. It automatically rolls it. That makes sense.
Yep.
Okay, so he's not convinced.
He's not convinced, but Tom is with you, so if he wants to give it a shot.
Hey,
Yeah,
Taylor,
well,
is this guy trying to fleece you, man?
He's charging me almost at the twice of what it's just worth, man.
He's charging you to just cut
Actually,
it up
this
a
is
little bit.
1.5 times, not double.
I don't do
The
the math,
market
man.
value.
I just know it's too much money.
Halfway
I
to
tell
double.
the shopkeep you ought to be charging the man a fair price. What the silver's worth, it's what it's weight.
The
Give it to him
silver.
for 100.
How am I supposed to make a profit if I don't sell things for above the market price?
Well, do that to other folks, man. You don't need to be doing that to us.
All right, roll a persuasion.
Make money as your business on people who are not us.
Oh my god.
Damn.
He actually ties you, so roll again.
Okay.
Oh, dude, that's 630
With
though.
advantage.
That 14 is actually a 20.
What?
The 14 is actually a 20?
How?
Because that's a nat roll of 4, and I re-roll anything that's less than a 10 to a 10.
Oh.
Oh.
And I have 10 plus 10. So that's
So
20.
anything less than a 10 just turns into a 10?
If I roll anything that's less than a 20, then it's going to be a 20.
What? I thought you just said 10.
Yeah, so
I know
if my
this is a
result
part
is
of it.
20 or less, is what I mean. Because I've got a plus 10 to it.
Is that? Do you have to call that before or
Stop
after you
changing
roll?
your numbers midway. Just talk about the straight up die roll.
Yeah, okay. If I roll a 10 or less, it becomes a 10.
Okay. All right, so that's a 20. Yeah, he's convinced. Now he's like, look, fine, but I'll lower it to how about 120?
I'll let you say it.
Fair price.
Okay. 120 then. That's fair price.
Okay.
Hell yeah. What is that allows you to do that? You can do that every time you roll?
It's silver tongue, dude.
Yeah,
I'm a master at saying the right thing at the right time. When I make a charisma persuasion or charisma deception check, I can treat a D20 roll of 9 or lower as a 10.
That came out in 3rd edition.
That's fucking crazy.
I had a rogue that used that character. That's such a good feat.
That's so broken, dude.
Yeah, so my minimum roll is a 10, and then I have a plus 10 because of expertise and my charisma bonus or not yeah.
So you're always going to get a 20 at least.
Yeah, and it can be anything from a 20 to a 30.
All right, you silver-tongued devil, you.
That's me.
Yeah, keep track of the gold you spend. You get your 4 charges of powdered silver.
Yep.
As far as other things, we're looking for like things that you could use to heal people. You find there's a potion guy who's selling potion of vitality. There's a couple other feather tokens as well. There's a potion of heroism.
He's happy with what he's got.
Okay.
He's gonna save his money. He's a stingy old fish.
There is some dust of sneezing and choking for sale.
I look around to see if there's anything like a
dust?
protection amulet or something.
How much is the dust?
Yeah.
Max price $250 because it's an uncommon item, but because it is a one use, I'll divide it by 4. 62.5.
He'll buy the dust, and then he's ready to go whenever the other one's ready to go. I don't want to drag them through the market all day long.
Yeah.
All right, you get the dust for 50 gold.
Okay.
The sheet. Among other things that might have been interesting, there's a potion of greater healing.
I don't think we need healing stuff like that. I was mostly looking for things that are like anomalies.
I'm looking around for something like a protection amulet or something that, like a trinket that might grant a little bit of AC.
Protection amulet.
Would an amulet count as armor, or no? That's a.
It does not.
Oh. That might be good for me. So I can't blade sting if I have armor on, but an amulet is not armor.
Like, I don't even totally know if it's a thing. I just figure if I can find something along those lines, that'd be helpful.
You guys do find a periaptive wound closure.
I don't even know what that is. But
yeah, what is that?
It is a common wondrous item, requires attunement. While you wear this pendant, you stabilize whenever you're at the start of your turn. In addition, whenever it dice to regain hit points, double the number of hit points it restores.
Oh, okay. How much does that thing run at? So, like, what kind of shop did I find this at?
You found this at like a healer shop. There's a bunch of different healing potions around, and this is just an amulet that was hanging underneath the cabinet, the glass cabinet, like display case.
Okay, so I couch it in having already brought a couple different amulets to her attention. I could care less about the others before I bring this one to her attention and ask the price. And I'll have asked the price on some of the other ones to gauge if she's given it an equivalent kind of value.
Okay, 500 or 250 times. $370 is what she says the price is.
On any of the other ones, did she name the price to be lower?
Any of the other what? Like the potions?
Yeah, so the other, you said it was hanging in a glass with other trinkets. Like, I figured there's a couple other amulets over there, or was that wrong?
Just whenever I tell you there's an item, assume that there are. It's like that's the only. I can just give you guys the list of items if you want. Like, I'm just kind of like theater of the mind. You go into this shop, you notice this item. Next to it, there may have been some other healing things, but they didn't catch your eye.
Okay, I tell her I'd be very interested in this, but I've only got 53 gold on me right this moment. And I show her I show her my pouch with exactly 53 gold in it.
She looks at you and she says, "Well,
how much did you say it was?
370.
And you have 53?
Yeah, that's all I have. So I'm giving it a shot.
I've only got 280, but we're in a different shop now.
Yeah, hold on to that for a minute.
She tells you that she can't sell it to you for 53, but she will allow you to buy an option to for her not to sell it, and she'll take the cost of the option purchase off of the cost of it.
Like he's an economist.
I tell her, how about I come back with 150 gold and take it off your hands?
What? It's worth 370.
I don't know about that. I mean, I've seen a dozen of them.
I'm gonna when I see him start to talk like this, I'm gonna touch him on the shoulder and give him guidance.
Nice.
Okay, try to do your persuasion, but also do it at disadvantage because you're asking for way too low of a price.
Okay.
As he does it, since it's verbal, I say good
20
luck.
or 28.
You should get an extra 1d4 or 1d8 for guidance.
Yeah, roll a 1d4.
So 24 then?
All right, you tied her. Roll again.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Thought it's usually meet it to beat it. Is that just your homebrew rule?
I feel like with negotiating prices, you just gotta beat them. Otherwise,
okay, got it.
That makes sense. It's homebrew.
You still have guidance too, by the way.
It's fair.
Keeps going.
You did not beat her price.
21, wouldn't it?
Yeah, she's a merchant, so she has a pretty good bonus to her insight.
Is this a spot where I can use inspiration?
Did you roll your guidance for that last one?
I think we added the 4 flat out on it for a 21. Because the guidance roll.
Oh, that would have been 24 though, because he's automatically 20.
Do I still have guidance? How does guidance work?
I think guidance works for 1 minute.
Yeah, so you would have still had time.
Yeah, it says once before the spell ends, and I used it to make the 20 a 24.
Yeah, which tied.
So 22 fails
out? Since it tied, it's just basically a reroll. You can keep doing the guidance.
Okay, so that'd be 26. Or I'd reroll guidance again.
You'd reroll
still a
again.
disadvantage.
Still a disadvantage? What if I use an inspiration to force it back to advantage?
You would force it to normal, not to advantage.
Which would then be the first roll, which is my 22. There's guidance of 1, so 23.
Okay, yeah, you can use that. You still fail.
Okay.
She beat a 22.
It's fine.
And a 23. So she comes out and she's like, "I'm sorry, but I cannot possibly go down to 160.
What's your lowest price then, lady?
I've told you 360.
I told you I can't afford that.
370. I suppose that I could go down to maybe 350.
350. It's robbery, I tell you, and I walk out of the store.
Okay.
Can't
afford that. I'm not about to ask that much out of you guys.
Once we get all these goods sold off of the ship and stuff, I think we'll have more. We
just need to trade more cargo.
Yeah, we don't want to sell the giltweed here though, right? We want to sell it further inland.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we wanted to get around the peninsula.
Yep. All right.
We should make a good little buck when we turn that corner.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right. I don't need this necklace. I'll walk away.
To the king's announcement, then.
That necklace is cool as absolute shit. I hope I find it again. But I can't.
You might.
You could have put it on layaway, I guess, but.
You could have bought an option to buy it later.
I mean, we don't intend to stay in this town for too much longer.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, there's that, and I still can't afford it later. So.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sorry that you could not afford it.
Sorry.
I just wanted you guys to get that.
I mean, hey.
I'm sorry you're poor. Get better.
Yeah. I mean, like, it was an uncommon, wondrous item, and my starting thing for that is $250, maximum price $500.
Yeah, dude. No, it was a very nice item, and I'm not gonna say it was unfairly priced. I just couldn't afford it, so I tried to steal it from her.
By the way, Q, your price calculation would be a great idea for a small personal program to make.
Oh, right. Yeah, that would be easy too.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I could. Okay, yeah, you guys are in the market. You guys spend. I'm gonna write that down real quick.
I figure I'm ready to head toward the King's Speech.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been about an hour and a half. It's like 10:30 now. You know, the King's Speech is supposed to start sometime around now, not always at the same time. But judging by how busy the bazaar was, you didn't think that it was starting. People tend to start heading that way when they hear that he's giving a speech.
I'm gonna grab a drink.
Okay. I'm gonna be looking around for Felix.
All right.
We'll be looking for Felix too.
Yeah, as you guys are making your way through the town, I'm gonna move your token. This token. You guys were in the market, which is right up here. You start making your way towards the King's Speech platform area. And as you start going there, you see like some people start moving that way as you're moving. So he's probably starting soon. Dinsha's dead. Felix, not necessarily there. Your owl's not necessarily there. if you'd like to put a new token on, Connor.
No, that one's good. He's not a monkey right now.
Okay. It was just a square, but that doesn't matter.
Oh,
so
we can. Yeah.
it doesn't really matter.
I can get my owl back with an action though, so I will pop him back in.
Okay, you pop him back in. Yeah, this area right here, if you remember, this is open. There is no building there.
Right.
But there is a building here.
I would like to send my owl maybe 50 feet up and then look through his eyes and do a perception check for Felix, though. If that's cool.
Yeah, roll a perception check.
Oh, he looks cool.
Did I get advantage because I'm a bird above or no?
Sure.
15.
A 15? You don't see Felix.
Okay.
He is surprisingly sneaky.
Okay.
I found him pretty easy the first one.
Damn, Felix. Okay.
So the king, you guys get there. King's speech. Okay, so, yeah, the crowds gather around. People, you see the servants start spritzing water into the air in front of the king as he steps out of the palace and approaches the podium. You see, once again, 3 slaves acting as his speech stand, and they set up the piece of paper on the back of one of the servants who's bowed at a 60-degree angle, and the king starts his speech. Loyal subjects of Kudra, citizens of this grand realm, we gather under the shadow of tribulation as dark clouds loom over our cherished alliances, and our own serene abodes. The recent attack on Waterdeep has not only shaken the foundations of our dear friends, but has also severed the vital arteries of trade that nourish our markets and sustain our prosperity. In these times, I beseech you all to embrace the virtue of frugality, he says as he's literally being fed a grape. And he spends this moment doing it. Let us tighten our belts, for the road to recovery is fraught with uncertainty, and our endurance must be as enduring as the sands of our beloved desert. Yet, even as we face these external upheavals, a grievous malevolence has struck closer to home, a foul deed that has darkened the heart of our city. It is with a heavy heart that I must disclose the brutal slaughter of Densha, a respected member of our community, and all of her associates within her place of business. This heinous act not only robbed us of Densha's enterprising spirit, but also of the safety we hold dear in our communal haven. As your king, it is my duty to pursue justice with unwavering resolve. We have identified a suspect in these brutal murders, a man known as Ziggy Applebottom, a once trusted guard and overseer of Densha's valuables. This man was seen fleeing the scene under the cloak of dusk, his hands stained with the blood of our city guards, brave souls who confronted him in their final valiant moments. One of these guards, even in the throes of battle, took crucial notes that have led our investigation squarely to Ziggy's doorstep. The evidence mounts against him. Seen leaving the scene of the crime, the fatal assault on our guards, and his clear motive to abscond with treasures he was sworn to protect. We believe Ziggy has fled Kudra by land, seeking refuge in the shadows of lawlessness. I call upon every citizen to remain vigilant and support any information that might lead to his capture. All of you roll a perception now. Let this be a clear message to all within and beyond our borders. In Kudra, justice will prevail, and betrayal of trust will meet its rightful end. In these dark times, let us unite. Let us draw strength from our shared resolve and the justice we seek for those lost. Darren, you notice a little cat person.
I want to whisper to Tom and say, we can't let him take the fall for this. We know he didn't do it. And I'm whispering that quietly.
Yeah, Tom, can you move your character back to here?
Yeah.
Is that fine?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. You see down this little alley over here, you see a fat man in a cat costume.
I beckon over. Felix, come here. We have an important assignment.
Do
Okay,
you move from your mic, Darren?
Yeah, I'm crunching on pretzels.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So the king finishes his speech as you say that. Together, we shall weather these storms, uphold the tenets of frugality and justice, and emerge stronger as one Kudra, indomitable and proud. Once again, if anybody has useful information on the culprits of the stolen food reserves, the disappearing food, or the slaughter of Densha and her crew, they will be rewarded. And he starts going into various other details about the status of the trade routes in the city, other proposals that have been brought forth by various council members, the results of the arena. Bronzario is still the champion. Yeah, and you motion, while this is going on, you motion for Felix. Tom?
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, Felix. He skulks over to you guys, like, with, you know, in like that movie Animal House, where the guys are trying to sneak into the principal's office, and they're walking up the staircases, like, just taking these ridiculously long and high steps, acting like that should be sneaky, but it's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha.
That's what he does to walk over to you guys.
Okay. I say, Felix, why don't you accompany us to this dark and obscure corner over here, so we can talk to you about your next assignment.
While this is happening, Theo's gonna be looking from where he kind of came from, Felix, and is under the assumption that he's a distraction.
Okay. So yeah, you keep watch over there. If something does come from over there, you'll get an advantage on perception. Felix is like, and where is this corner you speak of?
Right over here. Son, lead the way.
Yeah. And so I beckon over here and kind of I let him follow kind of like ahead of me, or like I gesture for him to like stand right there.
I'll go too.
Yep. And I kind of like gesture over to you to like go guard this corner, kind of have him surrounded.
I'll go over here, yeah.
What? This isn't dark. This is in the middle of the square.
Well, we should have like some cover from this house right here, right?
Shade.
Yeah, there is a wall.
So it's as dark as it gets under the circumstances.
Yes, it's darker than over there. Now shut
You
up.
understand, these are secret agent things. If it's bright, we have to make it just a little bit darker.
Yes.
Alright, so Felix strikes a pose and is like, tell me, can you see me now?
I play along, I'm like, oh my god, where did he go?
You're going to start to purr a little bit when you pretend like you can't see him. Is there anything I can help you guys with?
Yes, I think there is.
Yeah, how do we want to... Oh, well, I'll just say, last night a bunch of your cronies was asking about us. Why?
The members of the Cat Club? They were asking about you?
Yes, they were on our ship.
Well, I assure you, I I have no part in that.
I step
Roll
up.
insight.
I step up. Oh, insight. Okay.
Come on, good roll. Where's that?
Beautiful roll, man.
I've not got above a 10 today.
Damn.
No, wait, I got 11.
Yeah. Tom, you can roll. Anyone of you who can hear that conversation can roll insight on what he just said.
All right, there it is.
So yeah, Brandon, you're not sure if you believe him. Kyle, you have absolutely no idea. Darren, you think he's actually telling the truth.
And what was it that he just said again?
He had no part of it.
Okay.
Yeah, he had no part in sending cat people to your ship to ask questions.
I'll tell you what, Felix. Let's say we believe you for the moment. How about this?
Mm-hmm.
Let's meet at your main hideout this evening and discuss a little bit further.
Are you going to join the club?
We're thinking about it, I say.
Okay, we'll have to go. We'll make some costumes for you before you get there. How about that? We got that big guy over there. We'll make a big one for him. He points at Saul. Can you tell me what would you like? What would you like to be?
Hold on, Felix.
A calico, or maybe a black?
I do have something I want you to look into for me.
I don't want to be no.
Okay.
I need you to find out what you can on Ziggy Applebottom.
Ziggy? Oh, I mean that guy's been coming around the cat club for a while now.
Is he a member?
Oddly enough, no. He's the only one who's not a member who just comes by all the time.
The king mentioned him in his speech, so I want to see if we can find him.
Oh, but I think the king said that he fled Kudra.
I think the king has bad intel.
But do you think you could look into it?
Oh, yeah. I think I could definitely look into that. I know he paid a visit last night while we were in the club.
Can you tell us what he said or what he was doing?
Oh, I wasn't talking to him. I didn't hear what he said, but he did talk with one of our rather high-ranking members, Felix.
Felix?
Felix Al. Ripty, yes.
Okay.
Oh, and he put his hands to his mouth. He's like, I probably shouldn't say the names of our club members.
As in the son of the king?
Oh, I said too much. No, it's not the son.
Felix,
he's his nephew.
It's agent business. It's okay to tell us.
Yes, it's for the safety of the realm.
Felix is the king's nephew.
I see.
We will keep this a secret, though.
This will be a secret between us. While you're at it, I would like to charge you with finding out why your cronies were asking about us.
Okay. I'll ask Felix.
Excellent. Thank you, Felix.
Okay. You guys are destroying my cover. I need to sneak.
I step away doing high knees.
I said, what do you mean? I still can't see you.
Wait, did you see Felix here?
Roll what?
Roll deception.
I want to help him. I say, wait, did you see Felix here?
Oh my god.
Alright, yeah, you get advantage on it, which doesn't do anything. Because it's Kyle. So he's like, nice try. And he starts to sneak away to the corner. Over behind these barrels over here.
Alright. I believe that dialogue has come to a close.
Yes.
We do need to go find Applebottom.
Yeah,
Yes.
it would behoove us.
Yes.
And I say quietly, I don't feel okay with him taking. I mean, we know he didn't do it, so I don't feel okay with this.
You're right. We should silence him.
That's not
Yes.
what I meant.
That was a great idea.
That's not what I said at all.
I think I heard him say we should silence him.
I did not say that.
Raggedy chimes in. He's like, "Well, we know that they're going to be doing an initiation later this evening, so why don't we go check out the arena?"
That's a pretty good idea.
I feel like that might clean my conscience a little bit to do some good, clean, fair killing.
For you, Raggedy, anything.
Yeah.
And I head with him to the arena.
Let's go, Raggedy.
Okay.
Some good, clean, fair killing.
Yeah. I
So
like
you
the
guys
way.
get to the arena, and just so you know, the arena is
Empty.
on the ground floor of the palace, and there's a roof above it, and you walk into the like the entrance thing where they're like basically selling tickets, and they're like, there's a man named Gordon at the front who's like, "Hello and welcome to the Cougar City Arena. Are you going to be spectating or are you going to be fighting? You all look like a strong bunch. Fighting, I presume?"
What do you think, guys?
I look at them and I'm like, I've had my fair share of arena fighting recently.
I think I'd just like to watch for once.
Really?
Okay, well, it's a 5 gold entrance fee, and you are allowed to bet on the fights if you go over to the betting tables. If you do happen to enter into the arena, it is a cost to enter, but then you will make back your money, plus more. So you can earn money by fighting in the arena.
Okay. Maybe tomorrow.
Okay. He tells you that right now there's a fight scheduled in an hour with Bronzario versus 2 Wyverns.
Okay.
And yeah, the fee for going to see that is 5 gold per
I'll pay
person.
my 5 gold entry fee.
Yeah, I'll pay that as well.
Okay.
Are we watching it today? Or?
We're watching it right
Yes.
fucking now,
Oh.
motherfucker. The show's on in an hour. Come on, let's go get some good seats and some good food. We gotta
Someone
watch Bronze
bought me
Warriors at
2
Eagle
gold.
Street.
I'm pretty low.
Excuse me. Sorry, got excited there for a moment.
I would like to go to the betting tables.
I would also.
Can someone
And
spot me
I flipped 2 gold to Copper.
Oh.
Or to Kyle.
Okay. So yeah, you go to the betting table. You see that the odds are, if you bet on the Wyverns, it's 5-1. So you'll make 5 times. You'll make back what
5
you
times.
bet and times 5. If you bet on Bronzario, you make back what you bet plus 1/5 of what you bet.
Plus 1/5. Wow. I'm gonna put 100 on Bronzario.
I put 45 on Bronzario.
Okay.
We put it all on the Wyverns and then figure out how we can buff the Wyverns from the stand.
All right, Voldemort.
I'm not gonna bet.
I'm gonna put my 100 down on finally an arena fight that I can bet on that isn't rigged.
Not rigged my ass. Bronzario's in there. You don't even need to rig it.
Yeah, so you guys write down your bet. You bet 100.
I did. Yeah, I'm put my fucking character in the stands too.
It's a great idea.
We up in this bitch.
We be watching.
How do I make it a circle?
If you click on your guy and go to the little edit button.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me do it the other way.
You need to
Click on your name. Go to the little edit. Hold on, let me restart again.
There's a token maker.
Go to edit button.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a spot for avatar and a spot for default token. And if you drag and drop for avatar, that'll be your picture. But if you drag and drop for default token and you've run the image through a token maker, then it'll be a circle.
Yeah. All you have to do is update your avatar with what you get back from this site.
Thank you. Is that token stamp?
Yep.
Yep. That's the spot. That'll do the thing.
Round is so much cooler than square.
Yeah, dude, don't be a square. It's just like hexagon is the best to go.
Yeah,
right.
I didn't populate this map yet, but there are a bunch of people. It's kind of not crowded right now, but as the time gets closer to the fight, more and more people start to show up.
Nice.
The children.
That's an ugly ass kid, dude.
All right, that's good enough for now.
Yeah.
As the time approaches, Bronzario, the Eagle Sheik, makes his appearance out into the middle of the arena. You guys are.
Do they serve food at this arena?
Yeah, they have food.
Now you're a circle.
Yeah.
I say to Tom, and I say, hey, if you want my unseen servant to go grab me food, he can do that.
That would be awesome!
So I take 10 minutes to summon an unseen servant, and he comes back with food.
Okay. Yeah, you can get enough food for everyone for 1 gold.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I'm chowing down on food brought by unseen hands. This is the best thing ever!
And it's a bunch of kebabs.
This is the best
Fuck
thing
yeah,
ever!
dude.
I'm just stripping kebabs.
My PC's eating better than I am.
I've got a fucking bundle of skewers to my side.
Yeah.
There's just a floating plate in front of us.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I should have read this earlier, but as you guys stride through, the match is approaching, the roar of the eager crowd crescendos into a deafening symphony, especially as Bronzario enters. Sunlight pierces through some windows on the side and casts some dramatic shadows across the ancient stone seating. The air is thick with anticipation, the scent of sweat and excitement mingling with the faces of an incense burning somewhere beyond the stands. The place is well lit by magic lamps and a variety of real torches. The flickering light reflects off of the golden flakes in the black sand of the floor of the arena. Before that, you guys lies a battleground, the vast expanse of black sand that stretches across the arena floor. The sand is unusual in its dark hue that glistens under the sunlight, revealing speckles of gold flakes scattered throughout. This opulent touch not only adds a visual spectacle, but also signifies the high stakes and the grandeur of the events held here. The walls are scarred from centuries of battle. The gold flakes in the sand catch the light with every moment, creating a mesmerizing display that seems almost otherworldly. You guys wait, watching Bronzario and imagining the weight that he feels with all these eyes on him. Very familiar to you all, having fought in the arena in the past. And Bronzario walks out and into the middle of the stage and says, He does not say, welcome to Quickie Mart, but he does have an Indian accent. And he says, my beloved fans, are you ready for a fight that will make your heart shine? And the crowd goes wild as he says that. He's like, today I am going to make these wyverns into my babies. They will work for me in my fields forever forward as my own serfs. Ha! And then he motions to the guy on the side to open the gates. And wyverns should be a fucking monster. Two wyverns come out. So the crowd roars in anticipation as Bronzario makes this statement. It is adorned with eagle feathers shimmering under the harsh sunlight and shining with the gold flakes reflecting the sun's rays. The wyvern, two massive wyverns enter into the Colosseum, their wings casting ominous shadows. As the wyverns hiss, flexing their venomous stingers, Bronzario raises his weapons, confident, a smile playing on his lips. The music of combat seems to swell around him, settling the rhythm for the impending dance of death. With a flamboyant flourish, Bronzario charges forward, spinning and leaping with the grace of a trained actor. The first wyvern lunges, but Bronzario slides under its gaping maw, slashing upwards in a beautiful arc that leaves a trail of sparkling light in the air. A spectacular display of fighting prowess. The crowd gasps as he flips back onto his feet, facing the second wyvern that descends from above, its claws aimed at his heart. With a swift movement, Bronzario throws a handful of sand into the creature's eyes, blinding the wyvern. Blinded, the wyvern thrashes wildly, allowing Bronzario to run up on its back, running along its spine as if it were a narrow street of his hometown. At the peak of his run, Bronzario leaps into the air, somersaulting over the confused beast. As he lands, he pulls tightly on one of his eagle feathers, which magically extends into a long, gleaming spear. With a battle cry that echoes through the arena, he thrusts into the back of the wyvern's neck, bringing it down with a thunderous crash. The remaining wyvern, enraged, charges at him with a renewed fury. Bronzario stands his ground, his weapons at the ready. As it reaches him, he performs an astonishing move, running up the creature's extended wing and flipping it over its head. Mid-flip, Bronzario draws another feather spear, plunging it into the wyvern's heart as he completes his rotation. The wyvern collapses, and the arena is silent for a heartbeat before erupting into cheers and applause. Bronzario bows deeply, his every move exuding the charisma and flair of a true showman. He has not only defeated his foes, but he has turned the fight into a spectacle of unmatched theatrics and skill, true to the dynamic styling of a Bollywood hero.
I look over at Sanjina and nod toward the arena and go, now that guy's got style.
That guy is cool.
I've seen better.
His props are the best of them.
Bronzario walks over to the wyverns and drags them to lay on top of one another, and then he climbs the pile and stands up and is just like, he moves his hand in a circle as he takes a very exaggerated bow towards each side of the arena. And each time he bows towards that side, the crowd goes wild, turns to the next side, bows with the extravagant waving of his hands. And he says, for the next week, we will be eating wyvern kebabs. Woo! And the crowd's like, yeah!
We share.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So you guys, yeah, that's the fight. You guys, that takes about an hour. I've definitely summarize all this, would have been like kind of an extended fight because wyverns are very strong.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been able to take him out in 2 hits, but those were the highlights of the fight, basically.
Right.
Gotcha. I go to the betting box and I say that'll be 120 gold. So.
Yep. They take your ticket with that says your bet, and they give you back 120 gold.
I go turn in my 45 gold ticket bet.
All right, 45 times 1.2. You get 54 gold.
All right.
Nice. Made 20 gold.
I got my entrance fee back.
Yeah, hell yeah. So yeah, now like that took like an hour and a half, maybe no 2 hours. It was like 12 o'clock when you guys went up there. The fight took place. You guys waited for an hour, so 1 o'clock. Fight itself took about another hour, so like 2 o'clock, 2:30. Bronzario, yeah, you guys exit the arena. As you are, Bronzario is standing at the exit, thanking everyone who came and making sure they enjoyed the fight. And as you guys passed him, he said, he notices you guys and is like, well, looky here. We got a couple of strong fellas. Did you enjoy the fight?
Nice fight, Bronzario.
Aha! Yes! Excellent! Glad you
I
came.
give him a high five.
Yeah, he high fives you.
I admire your strength, sir.
I shake my hand a little.
Very entertaining fight.
You
Those
all
moves with your weapons are magnificent.
Ah, yes they are. These are my special feathers. Maybe you've seen them in the market.
I've seen your feathers. And while he's talking, the smoke from his pipe is 2 hands clapping.
Nice.
Bronzario sees that and is like, well, that is a fine trick you've got there. I am interested in this pipe of clapping. May I see that?
He's ordered, yes. And he offers it to him, still smoking, takes a long drag, and then passes it to him.
Hell yeah.
Alright, so Bronzario takes it and takes a puff of it, and it slowly blows out this thing of smoke, and it turns into what looks like a field that's being plowed by a group of peasants.
Okay.
And he goes, oh, it enacts my wildest dreams. Oh, this pipe is excellent. Thank you, sir. What is your name?
He dreams to be a peasant.
My name is Adele.
But hello, Paul. No, Brandon, he dreams to be a man, like the king of a fiefdom.
Oh, okay. He wishes to own the land that the peasants work.
Yeah.
I approve.
He wants to watch the peasants work.
Fuck yeah.
And he says, thank you very much, Paul. If you ever want to give it a go in the arena, I'll throw you one. How about that? He winks at you. Not like the cat people do. This is like you guys can come to an arrangement of some sort. He looks at you and he feels like you don't quite understand. He's like, we can rig the fight. You beat me, you make a lot of money. You cut me in on a little bit of that money.
I would like to roll an insight check. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I? And he was talking to all of us, right?
Yeah.
He leaned in closely to elaborate on what he meant to Thal. So those last few words were not easy to hear. Darren and Kyle, you think he's probably telling the truth. Darren, you also think he's telling the truth. It seems like something that he's done before.
Why would a man of your stature throw a fight?
Okay, give me
What are you talking about? I never throw a fight. He winks at you again.
Okay. How much did you pay the wyverns?
Not enough. That's for sure.
Well,
Why cheat when you are such a capable fighter?
Me cheat. No, the problem is that I win too much. Not good for business. Everyone keeps betting on me. We lose money.
fair.
And what if we find you a suitable opponent?
Well, then maybe they would beat me fair and square.
What is the biggest animal you have ever killed?
What was that?
What's the biggest animal has he ever killed?
Oh.
That's a great question for that.
Probably around the size of wyverns.
Not to brag, but we've killed a young bronze dragon.
I think Plesiosaurus was bigger than that.
Yeah, I think the Plesiosaurus was huge. The biggest creature he's killed is a large creature. I don't think it'd be difficult to get a huge creature into the arena.
Okay.
We've killed a huge creature.
Yeah. At that, when he hears that you guys killed a young bronze dragon, Bronzar is like, "Oh, nice! You killed a young bronze dragon, you say?
Yes.
Very impressive."
And a couple hill giants.
Tell me, did it try to speak? Did it try to speak with you? Dragons are much smarter than wyverns. I have seen even the babies.
It did, but I don't speak Draconic.
It was 2 moments too late.
That is a shame.
It fell gloriously in combat, though.
I can always talk to the animal.
It is a shame. We had a great conversation mid-fight with a dragon. You should try it next time.
Okay. That does sound like fun.
Well, anyway,
they don't ever speak back.
How many dragons have you spoke to?
Just anything I'm fighting.
Well, but just give it another try next time you fight a dragon. And if you need to find me anytime, I can be found in the arena. I'm always walking around, eating kebabs, telling people to farm my fields.
That seems like a good way to spend your time.
He pounds his chest and looks at one of the attendants in the place. He's like, "You get back to the fields." And they're like, "What? I don't work for you, Bronzar. You say this every day. I don't work for you. You always mistake me for that other guy." Yeah. And he's like, "I do not care. Go work the field." And the guy rolls his eyes and walks off and is like mumbling to himself, "I'm going to sign that guy. He keeps mistaking me for it." And yeah, that's the arena.
How long do you think the fight was?
The fight was like an hour. So it's like about 2:30, 3 o'clock now.
Okay.
He says there are time slots later on. If you would like to sign up for a fight, give it a go. I'd like to see how you all fight. You look strong and smart and scary. Looking at Paul.
And why would you have a fight?
Well, it is partly up to you. As your first fight, we do not know your skill level. There's a list of potential opponents. We have, you could always fight a wyvern, a zombie ogre, trolls, pack of giant scorpions.
Do people in this town tend to love their gladiators?
Oh, yes. Yes. Watch. He turns to another person. He's like, you! Go farm! And they turn, this person actually does work for him, and they're like, yes, sir. And they run away. He's like, see, they love farming.
I'm now very much more interested.
What a way to convince somebody. Do people love their gladiators? Yes. Why? Go farm. Yes, sir.
He loves me so much, he farms for me.
And you don't have to pay him?
Brilliant.
Oh, no, I pay. They give me more, though, with those crops.
Oh, I see.
It is my land, after all.
What do you guys think? You itching for a gladiator fight?
I guess I could.
I think we will make short time of whatever he throws in our faces.
I think he's underestimating us and overestimating his creatures.
I say to, what's that gladiator's name?
Bronzario?
Bronzario, can we talk as a party for a moment?
Yeah, you're free to do what you need. I will continue greeting, farewell